Hey guys, this is the one I was mistaken with the remember that thing I was talking about with the well anyway it's between me and it's the core people that I've there's several women that I've chosen to associate with. They're not written down anywhere. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but the Keystone Group is primarily going to be noted from those individuals, and that's the way I designed the at least in my head, the organizational structure. A lot of this I'm talking about. This is my little beat laboratory, my idiot room, where I just sort of go free with it. But I want to get into, of course, a little bit about myself. But I know it's more important to talk about more about Ladune. You guys want me to say something about it, and I really don't know enough about it to really have a respectful conversation because I just don't have all the facts there. But what I can assume, though, from what my own mind extrapolates from just the basic knowledge I have, of what I assume it to be, not a variant of Buddhism, but just actual Buddhism, but in a different kind of language, so to speak. I would just say that I would be very upset if I were an American black, because the only two religions on the continent, your native continent today, are Roman Catholicism and Islam. And so for that reason alone, I'd be upset that you lost not had you lost the war, you wouldn't be here. So that's the upshot. The other shot is what we do with them. Or how are we supposed to feel about the ones that are over there now? Did you guys, some of you guys, survive, or what did they do? What do you want to do about it now? And what about all the regions there, within your enslavement that when they freed you, what did they do? They let you go? Did they let you go, or did you find mass graves and shit in different regions of the country, or different regions of the world? So that's something I always take into account. Just in my own consideration and 2 cents. I'd be pretty fucking mad about it. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of work on considerations of military science, including military cadences, biological systems, and the way there's maybe different forms of it. The way that you conduct your everyday life. You might want to add an aesthetic appeal there just for the fun of it. And it's I don't know. It's a mixture of a lot of weird things that people do. But other than that, it's it. What was I going to have to say? Oh, you have some questions about Islam itself. What my issue with it is. Fundamentally, I was raised, a Christian, so all I know is being internally consistent. They say Islam's the third edition of Old Testament, New Testament, and there's a third one. At the end of the New Testament, however, I think it clearly states that nothing's to be added on to this part here. Anything that does get added on to it's an abomination. So so then what is it, like 1,000 years later? Here comes the third one. You guys, you got to be like, look out. The last thing it says is there won't be another edition. I think that's a pretty clear case of there you go. There's the warning message. There's the reason it was warned for. Let's look out for this son of a bitch. You know what I mean? So Islam wasn't around until after 1,000 years after Christianity. So African Holy War may have started somewhere around then and there, 1,000 A.D. or plus. We don't know when it exactly started, but the conflict ended with that entire written language is no longer anywhere written down on Earth. It's not vectored in any kind of material substrate embodiment, if you will. So here's a lot of my notes that I've been working with you guys today. I'll just have them on screen here in case any government entities or agencies or office holders, specific people want to have a shot at it real quick. But it's just a preliminary thing that I'm doing. And it's a lot of mind mapping on my own part, just things that I do when I take into account things that are happening as you transmit information in general. I did update the about section today. It was I always want to make sure things are in the most general form. And you know what I mean? Just make sure that's like a little kid, I'm telling the fucking truth no matter what. I can assure it with those sort of closures and things that I'm saying. Those habits of mine never leave you.